Welcome back to another Mechanical Ascension X video. Now this isn't the usual videos that I do, this is more so a discussion of the upcoming update and what we know about it so far. The second Ascension update is coming out relatively soon. In fact, we actually have a rough release date for the update, and that is when this race event ends, which is in as the time recording is in 10 days and 7 hours. This means that if my calculations are correct, this update is dropping on the 9th of August at roughly 4 AM UTC. If you don't know what time that is in your time zone, I recommend just doing some conversion because maths. I don't know, I don't like doing time zone conversions. For me that's 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not going to be awake at the time of the update if it actually drops exactly when the race ends, which it may or may not. We don't know yet. But we speculate that that is when it's going to drop. But what's actually going to come in the second update? Well, the second Ascension update is going to add a second Ascension, obviously, and the item we're getting is called the Tree of Vitality. It's actually in the game already, although it is not a complete version of what, because it's currently only a 250 times furnace, and it lacks an item image. In the final version, this actually has 4 different tags on it, which are 2 prestige point tags and 2 preference tags, which bump the multiplier up considerably. I'll post an image on the screen of its actual stats. Now, it actually has an ability, as you can see in the special tags, called Global Process. What this means is that when an ore is processed into this furnace, it'll be replicated to all the other furnaces you have placed down, with the increased value of the process rate from this furnace, meaning you can technically stack multiple furnaces together and get even more money. Now, in my opinion, this item is kind of underwhelming compared to what the first Ascension gave, which was the Crucible of Omniscience. This thing is an absolute game changer and is actually still very often used in late game setups because it's actually got a powerful buff attached to it, the exponential buff, which when combined with high multiplier items makes them incredibly broken. But the Tree of Vitality doesn't have that. It only makes like your furnace better, and when it comes to furnaces, like they're usually an afterthought in setups. Like the process rate of a furnace doesn't matter too much towards the end game. It's more so what furnace can fit here, and is it going to process my ore at more than 1 times? And if the answer is yes, then you're going to use it. Obviously you want to try and use your best furnace, but in some cases you just have to use what fits, because some of the later game furnaces are absolutely massive and take up like a quarter of your base. And in high-end setups, that's not viable. Now, let's discuss what else is coming with the second Ascension update. There is also coming the option to salvage Ultra Astronomicals. I will show up an image on the screen, but you may notice something with this image, and that is that there are 10 Ultra Astronomicals, while in game there's only 9 Ultra Astronomicals, or Astronomicals in general even. As you can see, there's only 9. So that means that there's a 10th Astronomical, which is likely to be an Ascension 2 Astronomical that we're getting in the next update. Also, when you ascend for the second time, you're going to be able to increase your life skip cap by an extra 5, and get an additional item from Reincarnation once you max out that upgrade. In fact, these upgrades can already be viewed in the game by going to the upgrade station. You can't upgrade them yet, but they are there. As you can see, max skips goes up to 10 and Reincarnation item count goes up to 2, and it's going to cost 1,750 Galaxine to do that. So it's going to require a lot of Galaxine to max out those life skips, so it's probably going to take around 5,000, 6,000 Galaxine to fully max that out, if you already have them maxed out. If not, prepare to spend about 10,000 Galaxine doing so, but you should have them maxed out by the time you're doing second Ascension, which I predict to have a requirement of Prestige 100 this time around, on easy mode that is, because on easy mode the requirement is 50 per Ascension, when on the other modes it varies. So if we go to the assist here and go to progression, it says 50 per Ascension for easy mode, which I am interpreting to be the second Ascension requiring 100, as that is twice of 50. Normal will require 80, hard 60, insane 50, and nightmare 30, which is going to be very difficult, especially for that one insane person who plays nightmare mode as their main slot. Like, what the hell? You shouldn't be playing nightmare as your main slot. The only use of playing Nightmare is to obtain the Psychomania. You shouldn't be playing it any further than that. If you're actually ascended on Nightmare, what are you doing? Anyway. Yeah. So that's gonna be a thing. I also predict there may be new flawless items, although that hasn't been confirmed just yet. And hopefully there's going to be some new prestige items. Again, not really confirmed. But what we do know is we're getting the additional upgrades. We're getting a new astronomical. We're getting a Tree of Vitality, which is Global Process Furnace. And the second Ascension, which is going to be very interesting. What else comes out in the second Ascension is more so for us to figure out, and someone just got a Builders Club Cola as I'm recording this. Congrats to that person, which has a very interesting username. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. But that's about all there is that we know currently of the second Ascension. Hope there'll probably be some new information drop between now and the update in the previews channel of the Discord, which I will leave an invite to down below if you wish to join the Discord and see the upcoming content. But other than that, that's all we know of the second Ascension so far.